Hey loves, what's up? What's popping YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, so today's video is going to be a beginner starter kit and tips on makeup and a little tutorial on how to do makeup if you're a beginner. I've got a lot of questions about makeup and just, asking how to do makeup. So this is the video for you if you're wondering. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into this video. So yeah. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest to use a brow pencil rather than a brow pomade, just because a brow pencil can be more easier for you to use. So brow pencil is very easy, just looks like this, like that, and then on the other end it just has the spoolie. So brow pencils are very inexpensive. It's like $2 at the hair store, or another one you can get is the e.l.f. brow pencil. Like I said, they're like $2. So yeah, so I'm gonna go do my brows quickly off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My brows is done. This one's looking a little bit crazy, but that's okay. That's what our next step is for, and it's time for concealer. The two concealers that I have for you is one is the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the other one is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. So the LA Girl Pro Concealer is like $2-3. You can get it on Amazon or at your local beauty supply store. I really love this concealer. Use this concealer almost every day. Another concealer is a Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I really don't know how much this is off the top of my head, but I will have all these products. I will try to have all these products on the screen. If they're not on the screen, they will be listed in the description box below. So, with the prices also. So, go check the description box out if you're looking for these products. So, I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This one has like a little brush on it, so that's really good. Alright, so once your brows is done, your concealer is really there to clean up your brows. If you make any mistakes, just make your brows overall look very neat and put together. Give your brows that crisp look. I'm trying, if that makes any sense, okay? But basically, what I'm gonna do, you can use a brush or the applicator. I'm gonna start with the applicator of this, and you just wanna go up under your brow and just follow the outline of your brow that you already made. It looks crazy, but here's where you come in with the flat brush, and it just looks like this. It's really just a flat brush. I will also try to have an affordable brush set. I know when you get into brushes can be very overwhelming. I have a lot of brushes. But most of my brushes come from Amazon. Not gonna lie, you can get you brush sets on there for about $7-8. They're really good. You can go to Ross, get you brushes, Marshalls. They're really good. But like I said, I will try to have an eyeshadow brush set and a face brush set for you in the description box. But you just want a flat brush to really spread the concealer out. Yeah. Okay, so now we're looking crazy. So the next thing, you can use a brush or a beauty sponge. If you're a beginner, I would just think get a sponge because, like I said, we're trying to make this less complicated and fewer products. So a beauty sponge, you can get these. There's an e.l.f. one. My favorite beauty sponge is the e.l.f. one. It's like $4. Between $4 and $6. This is one I got it in a pack. It came in like a pack of 5, and it was like $5 on Amazon. So you're just gonna take this and just blend out the concealer. So it's like, you see how it's like harsh lines where you put the product? You don't want that. You just want to blend everything out and make it no harsh lines at all. So that's what I'm gonna go in and do now. Oh, and by the way, make sure your sponge is wet, like damp, like get it wet and then wring it out. Okay, so after you just got that blended out, this is my brows is looking like they jacked up, so ignore it. But so when you're a beginner, you don't really have to get into primer. When I first started off, I didn't wear a primer, so I would just say get a really good moisturizer for your face. And the moisturizer that I use is the Morning Burst Hydrating Gel Moisturizer. It's a really good moisturizer. I use it daily. I just keep my skin very clear. But just any moisturizer that you find that works for your skin, use that. If you do want to get into using a primer, I like the e.l.f. primers. You just have to know your skin. If you have dry skin, you want to use a hydrating primer. If you have acne or pores, you want to get a poreless primer. If you have oily skin, you want to get a mattifying primer. It's just things you can look up. So primer can kind of be a thing that you really have to know your skin and get into what primer goes with which makeup. So if you're starting off, I would just say just get a good moisturizer and you should be fine. If you're not wearing your makeup for a very long period of time, you will be fine. So I'm gonna just go ahead and moisturize my face really quick. Okay, so now into foundation. I know when it comes to foundation, it can be very scary because you don't know your shade. There's so many different foundations. When you're looking into foundation, you don't have to go to Sephora and Ulta and So my first foundation that I started off with was the Maybelline Fit Me. I would recommend this foundation to anybody starting off. Their shade range is from very light to very dark. They have two different foundations. They have one for dry skin and one for oily skin. So they have a matte one and they have a dewy one. Right now I have the matte one. The coverage on this foundation is I would say it's about medium to full coverage. You can make it light to medium depending on how much you use. But I love this foundation. It's still my favorite foundation. Another foundation that I've been using a lot recently is the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. The shade range is pretty decent. They could expand it a little bit, but it is pretty decent. I do like this foundation. A stick foundation is very easy to, you know, swipe, go, and blend. You know, it's very quick and easy. Rather than dealing with a liquid, you have to pour it in the back of your hand, then dot it, and so a stick foundation is very easy and quick if you're looking for that route. So to blend out your foundation, you can go with a beauty blender to blend out your foundation, or you can use a flat top foundation brush, whichever one works for you. But like I said, if you're a beginner, you want to keep it simple, so getting a lot of brushes can be difficult, so beauty blender will work better to just get the job done. Me personally, I use a brush to blend it out first, and then I go over it with my beauty blender. So today I'm gonna go in with my foundation stick. And if y'all want to see a how to match your foundation shade video, I can do that as well, because I do get some questions on how do I know which foundation to use and all that. If you want to see that, comment down below. But yeah, so foundation, if you don't know, is just to even out your skin complexion. You know, some people have redness or dark spots or whatever. So if you didn't know, like I said, it's tips, you know, just to help you learn a little bit more about the product that you are using. See how flawless this foundation is. Like I said, this is the Wet n Wild foundation. I really love this foundation. It blends out so easy. And the stick foundation coverage is like a medium. I would say it's like a light to medium coverage. So our next step comes with concealer. The concealer is, you know, to conceal any redness, dark circles, but mainly to highlight the high points of your face. My camera crooked. There we go. And that's just like the high points of your face. So up under your eyes, your chin, the bridge of your nose, and your forehead. You don't have to do the bridge of your nose, but just the high points of your face where it's mostly brighter at. So I'm gonna just go in with this Maybelline concealer, or you can go back in with your LA Girl Pro concealer, whichever concealer you're using. I'm gonna take this beauty blender and just blend it all out. So you already see we kind of have some dimension coming back right here in the chin area where it's kind of lightening up. Okay, so now for up under your eyes, you want to take the point of the beauty blender, or the other side of the beauty blender, and just blend out your concealer. Okay, so next is setting powder. Setting powder is for setting your concealer and setting your face. You want to set your concealer and your face so it doesn't move around, your makeup doesn't sweat off, your concealer up under your eyes doesn't crease, anything like that. So Coty airspun powder is like $5 or $6, and it's a pretty, you know, big container. The good size of my head, it's pretty big. But yeah, so this is the first option that you can do. Get a translucent powder. Next option that you could do is get you a foundation setting powder. That way you don't have to deal with all of the pouring this into the cap and, you know, doing all this. It's just easier to get your same shade, do it that way. It's easier, and it's, you know, just more easier for you since you are a beginner. But today I'm just gonna be doing this way. So you just want to take it to get you some in the cap like this. When you're using your setting powder, you want to just take your beauty blender, get you some on there and just tap off the excess, and make sure your concealer is all blended out up under your eyes. And you just want to press this setting powder into your concealer just to set it. Oh, like this. And you see how it's like a little white? I'm gonna just take my beauty blender, I'm gonna just keep pressing it. So I'm gonna do the same thing to everywhere that I put that concealer at. Next thing you want to do is you want to get you a big fluffy brush for this step. A really good brushes, another good brush that you can get is the e.l.f. brushes. They're like $2 or $3. They're really good too. This is just the e.l.f. Total Face Brush. It's a really big fluffy brush. And so what I'm gonna do is, you see all this powder that we have in here, I'm gonna just dump it back in here like that. So you see I just have like the leftover in here. So I'm gonna just pick this up, and you see it's like this leftover on my brush. I'm gonna tap it off. I'm gonna just set the rest of my face with this. You just wanna set the rest of your face. You don't need a lot how you use on the rest of your face. You just need just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. And after you do that, you just want to take your big fluffy brush and just dust off any excess powder on your face. Anything like that. Because you don't want any extra powder sitting on top of your face that don't need to be there. Okay, so the next step is contouring, and it's the opposite of highlighting. Just adding the depth, the shadow back into your face. So right here you kind of see, I turn my head, this dark shadow, that's what you want to add. So a good, I'm out of breath. Y'all, I just ran upstairs to go get this eyeshadow palette. Whew, I'm out of shape. Anywho, so a good thing for you as a beginner is to get palettes, so you're not buying a lot of individual products. So I get the Black Radiant True Complexion contour palette, and this is the medium to dark. And you see it has a contour palette, a sculpt, and it also has a highlighter in it, which we will get to a little bit later. So into brushes that you will need for is like a fluffy brush that's also kind of angled, something like this. You kind of see it's kind of fluffy, it's not too dense. I got this in a little kit from Ross, actually. Like I said, you don't need to spend a lot of money on brushes. You don't want too dense of a brush because your contour be really, really harsh. So I'm gonna just mix these two shades because that's what works for me. But when contouring, you want to use a shade darker for you. One or two shades is darker for you. Also, I forgot to say, when you on your concealer, you want to use a shade or two that's lighter than your complexion. Forgot to say that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. So I'll contour it right here. So if you go like this, that's where your contour marks are, right here. And then your forehead, because sis, if you see it, honey, got a 5 pad. My 5 pad is big. And then contour, I'm gonna contour my nose. And yeah. So boom, you could stop right here. You could have stopped back at foundation if you just wanted a light foundation. If you just wanted brows and foundation. Makeup is all about what you want to do. So if you just wanted brows and foundation, boom, you stop with whatever you're comfortable with. But like I said, I'm just showing you steps of what is a beginner's makeup. So next, we are going to move on to setting spray. There are so many different setting sprays. There are matte, dewy, but the one that I like is the NYX setting spray. There is the Milani Make It Last. You can see I really love this one. I'm almost out of this one, but the one that I really love is the NYX setting spray. This is the matte finish. They also have a dewy finish one. I believe this is like $6 or $8. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll have all the prices listed down below in the description box. So a setting spray, it's also like a setting powder, but in liquid form. Is to, if you have any leftover powder on your face, is to get rid of it. But just to lock your makeup in place all day. So even if you don't have a setting powder, you still use a setting spray. It's going to help your makeup last all day. It sets your makeup in place so your makeup is not going anywhere. So shake it up so everything's mixed together. Spray your face, honey. Spray it, because you don't want your makeup coming off. You can't be out here looking cute, just spend all this time getting cute, you know, having a beat, and then you go out here sweating and stuff and your makeup just sliding off your face, and then you did all the work for nothing. So get you some setting spray and spray your face, okay? Let me stop playing. Just like that, 1, 2, 3. Y'all, okay, so if you ain't got no fan, honey, who? But another little tip to do when you spray your face with your setting spray, go back with the butt of your beauty blender and just press back in all over your face, just to make sure that everything is blended and that setting spray really gets into your skin. Nothing's looking cakey or anything. All the powder that you put on your face is just nice and blended together. There's no harsh lines or anything. You want your face to look really seamless. And boom, that's what you do, boo-boo. Okay, so next product is highlighter. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find the brush. Hold on. I found it. Most people like to use more of a taper brush. I just like this brush. to be honest. You can use your fingers, whatever fits you. Something to think. But this is the brush I use, or you can use it more of a smaller brush like this. Something that's fluffy so that it blends your highlight out. But like I said again, it's good to get palettes so you're not spending as much money on your products. So I'm gonna take the highlighter in this palette. Oh my goodness, it is, so y'all see it, bomb. So it's like highlighting the high points of your face, but just on your cheekbones. If you want to highlight your brow bone, the tip of your nose, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna highlight my cheekbones and tip of my nose, and my brow bone. Okay guys, this is the finished look. You know we always get a full flawless beat over here on this channel, nothing less, period. Poop. I'm just playing, y'all. But this is the finished look. I hope you guys found this video very helpful. If you are a beginner starting off trying to learn more about makeup, like I said, all the products that was used in this video are recommended will be listed in the description box below, so don't forget to go check that out. And also go follow me on all my social media that you can also find, you know where it is, right there down in the description box below, baby, period. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.